So I'm seeing a slight different view of things. Because if we look down a little, my gazebo fell over today, blue, and it was so funny. Everything I kind of see stuff in slow motion, but it still happens fast. Um, of course, these gusts of wind or whatever, the same gusts of wind had been blowing this whole time or whatever. It's so funny that it happened on the first day of the new year, which is fine. I was out there, made it out there, got my stuff, setting my stuff up like I usually do. Hadn't gotten. I usually have to take time anyway to get in and sit down. But yeah, to get in and sit down and all that and whatever, and get in the jacuzzi. Jacuzzi was warm as ever, even though today is a pretty warm day. I got out there, trying to ease on out. So my next door neighbors, looked like they wasn't home, so I was easing on out regarding that. And then I got in there and I seen them passing by. It was so funny, and I just seen like this look on the lady's face, and she might have seen me too. But like I had just dropped the curtains a little low so I could the wind's still blowing too, as you can see. But yeah, I dropped the curtains a little low in there so I could just get me some sunlight and wind and all that. I mean, really they built for you to be able to take the curtains and things off and all that. But again, what I'm dealing with over here in this neighborhood, to me, I don't feel like I could afford it and do it right now because it's a bunch of haters and all that. And so anyway, she looked, and like no sooner than she looked, next thing I know, the wind was definitely blowing the whole top off of my thing, and you know, and I was getting ready to take the little sunroof part off of it anyway, but it like blew the whole little top off or whatever. So anyway, that was that. I was going to enjoy my first day into the new year like that. I was drinking my little drink. I was just going to enjoy myself, and I'm thankful that I had already wore my bathing suit anyway. So if it would have blew off, I wouldn't have been naked. But that could have been a moment where I could have been naked. It just showed me where I could have been naked, and the other thing is my son been crying because he been restricted this whole weekend. He been crying because of his restrictions. So I know, and I always know spiritually that something is being done when he sheds tears, because my kids are happy, they're content. I want more for them than they even know and understand as of now. But yeah. Just think about how all that, it just happened so quick. But anyway, and me, I'm my little timid, shy self. I be just already feeling like everybody looking at me. I already know they looking, watching, waiting for something to happen over here. So I just feel like they love to see something happen or whatever over here. And then I had the dream this morning where I yelled out something about my daughter, and somebody specific was apologizing in a dream and all this or whatever, and I was just like, whatever. I didn't really care. Don't want to hear nobody. They ain't got enough time for. And it's so funny because I just seen, you don't need to be saying I'm sorry. You need to say I apologize. Because for one, you ain't no sorry person, but we don't want to be sorrowful and all of that. We want to actually be apologetic and sincere. And that's so funny because their dad used to say that, but he apologized, but he still would do the same thing. So that's another thing. Somebody can say I apologize and still go do the same thing again. But anyway, but in the dream she was saying I apologize. Nobody said I'm sorry. They just said I apologize, and I'm like, whatever. Whatever it is you did, that's between you and God, honestly, because I'm not a person that really holds grudges like that. Now, of course, when it affects my kids, I do have a problem. I have a major issue. I can pretty much, if it was possible, I would hate you for the rest of your life, and then when you leave and all of that. um, but seeing the neighbor pass by, she had that look in her eye, and it was like, Me and my son it's so much been going on this weekend. He been watching stuff like where the Uber driver who said the devil took over him, and he started basically letting the devil use him to kill people. And I was explaining to him, that's how stuff can happen. Some people really work for the devil, and they really, allow him to take over to do detrimental stuff. Now, mind you, these people can't come in my yard, can't, touch me, this, that, and the third. But that do not mean that they can't ask the devil to direct the winds a certain type of way to, get certain stuff done. But God was already ahead of the enemy because I was in the gazebo and it started blowing, and I seen all the wind and stuff blowing and all that. And it's been overtime. It's been kind of, some of the parts been kind of rusting and stuff like that. That's why this time I'm going to polish them. So when that rain hit them or that cool or whatever hit them, it's going to be done different. Because I'm waiting on my other one to come by Tuesday. And so, yeah. Um, it was just so much that happened, like, that I want to talk about. So from the dream or whatever, she was apologizing, and I was just screaming out, "My daughter!" So that's who's being referenced on this first day of January. It's just mainly concerned about my daughter. I'm not, like I said, God haven't allowed me to be deeply devastated or, not at peace. When He speaks to me about her, then, it's important. It's of concern. So I just spoke. My daughter wasn't in the dream, but I just spoke out, "My daughter," basically, like, saying that she's out here and all that, whatever. She's out, whatever. I don't want to say she's out there, but she's, you know, I expect and believe that she's still under God's protection and she's under God's watchful eye. But yeah, so that happened. And then when I was having that dream, my son was like, "Mom," while I was still asleep, and I usually don't mind them waking me up or whatever, but I don't like to be in the middle of the dream and they wake me up. I slept out there, so they had access to me instead of sleeping in here and all of that behind a closed door and all that. But yeah, I've seen the way the next door neighbor looked at me. Don't care. I want you to go higher, trust God and all that. But I don't want to. I'm not in competition with you. I just, hey, if we got to work together at a distance, that's what we do. And that's how I want to keep them. Even still, I'm starting off my new year like it don't matter, because God was already ahead of the enemy when He let me know in that first win, I'm in control. And I acknowledge that. And then next thing I know, it shocked me, it surprised me or whatever, that He just tore the roof off the thing. Okay, not a problem. Thank God I'm not doing nothing illegal or anything. And I thank God I wasn't naked. I had my bathing suit already on today. But I wasn't naked. I got common sense to know that, if the wind start blowing or whatever, such gonna happen. Could happen, should I say. And so, yeah, but anyway, I'm naked now because, hey, I'm trying to take this sticky bathing suit off because I had to end up doing the work to try to get the gazebo down, me and my son. Had to call my son outside. Glad I ain't got kids that hate me, that's willing to still help me, even when they're disappointed or upset or whatever. So he been shedding tears all week. Of course, the Bible say those that sow in tears reap in joy, and I believe that, and I'm standing on that for him and on his behalf. And he just needed to be restricted this week. He got to get his brain right. He did some stuff, said some stuff that just he shouldn't have said. And so, yeah. So anyway, my head itching. Anyway, my water was so warm. I was just getting ready to get in there. I just knew my little jacuzzi jets is gonna pop off, but I had to let all the water up out of there now. And I had to do it in a discreet way, like I like doing it. And and this time I think I know how to put my new gazebo. My other gazebo is coming, and I didn't. That one was still standing, and so I had just told them, I did a Amazon claim, like they're not sending me the parts that I need, so this is what will cause my stuff to mess up. And lo and behold, that's what happened. It bent because of that. I feel like a lot of the neighbors and even some people that I don't even feel like supposed to be here, but I don't know. I just feel like don't supposed to be here. They was ready to see something happen. They look towards my house, and when what I'm saying, it don't be nothing going on. Just I don't know. They just be whatever the case may be. And I mean, I already know they don't like me or whatever, and I definitely don't like them. They know. But of course, I felt the type of way that I have to ask my son to come out there and help me with something that, it should be a man here for and helping out and all of that. And yeah, and it wasn't. He's not the man of my house. He's a young man in this household. His dad like pretty much tried to speak that over his life. That's not even in his dad's absence. He's still a young man in the household. So basically, I had to pay him because that was some work that something that I feel like he shouldn't have to do. And so that's between me and his dad, and the fact that I tried to choose regarding his dad. His dad wasn't couldn't sit still, and whatever else are the reasons. I'm not even gonna go down the list. So he ended up elsewhere. Well, one reason that was, kind of broken down to me was that he just didn't have the word in him. And so, hey, that's that. But yeah, it was wild. I know they've been waiting on it to come down, but it's gonna be a little shock factor, ain't it? When I put it right back up, I'm gonna put it back up. I ain't saying I'm gonna put it in the same spot, but I'm gonna put it right back up. No one understand. Well, that's my plan. It's my intention. Now, God prevails, of course. So, but I feel like God is already allowing me. I'm getting another one, so I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put one back up. I'm gonna sit right there on the side of the house, and I'm gonna put it back up. Don't play with me. But yeah, I'm gonna be in the house for the next 2 or 3 days, which I don't really want to, but it's all good. What's a few more gonna hurt? And then, yeah, the specific person that was in the dream this morning, it was a sibling, and I'm just like, I mean, literally in the dream, I was like, not trying to hear what she had to say. Okay, that means, yeah, I forgive you or whatever, but, stuff just seems so iffy with y'all. Sometime me and this, that, and the third, not even sometime me, honey, y'all change. Like, just like this wind blew, like, and it can blow you in a certain direction. It's just, they change up. And me, I just always been able to, for the most part, be myself. Anytime that I didn't feel confident being myself around somebody, I'm gonna get away from you rather than not be, but be comfortable being myself. I'm not gonna sit around you. Now you might see me, I guess, put on a little slight front for a few, but I just don't. I don't feel good doing that. So I have to stay away from you. So that's the main thing. And then in staying away from people, I conceal my stuff, or I stay to myself and mind my business, and I try to, that's just that. I try to just be, if one want to call it secretive or whatever, definitely discreet and all that. So, but it's okay. Oh, and so the other thing, the important thing, soon as I was getting done, doing it, I got the neighbor that that I at least know to be a woman of God, and she be standing firm. Um, she rode by, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she spoke. She was like, "I ain't getting there." And I was like, "I sure am." I said, "That's God letting me know right now." Not her, but you know what I'm saying. God can speak through people, and you know that person to be that person upholds certain has certain standards that other people and morals that other people just don't have or whatever. And so yeah, and so that's what a lot of these so-called people over here are looking. They looking at me and looking at towards my household to be like, "Oh, she the one. Yeah, I am the one and the two and the three." But don't put me on no pedestal, because I haven't exalted myself up nowhere. If God raised me up, that's fine, but I'm not exalting myself. Don't look at me to be your example like that, honey. Now our lives should be, if we're ambassadors for the Lord, and we in the king, we building up the kingdom, our lives should reflect his ways and things like that for other. And it definitely, the Bible say, a city set on a hill. So that part, but I don't want to keep saying that part because somebody else be saying that. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's whole thing. So I'm gonna keep on going. Didn't expect this on the first, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm just getting ready to enjoy myself. It's all good. God said otherwise. I'm in the house. Let him continue to protect me and my kids from whatever it may be. I'm good. Want me to be in? I'll come in. Because I definitely wasn't finna sit out. Even though it felt good out there, I'm just not finna sit out there. Um, and really, I gotta go back through some of these dreams, and there's other things that needs my attention, of course. Um, but yeah, but then you see too much. I started concealing and covering up my stuff so quick, and putting my curtains and things that I already have out there over stuff. And Getting my son and stuff to help me. I had to call my son out, the one who's disappointed that he can't do certain stuff, and he ended up yelling out, "I hate this weekend," and all of that or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, it's understandable, but you'll be all right. I got some fruit I need to eat. I got some food that I'm gonna eat from leftover yesterday. And yeah, for all the tears and stuff and all the tantrums and stuff my son be having, I still be asking God to hold him accountable. I mean, and I ask God to hold us accountable as parents because we went before them. We made the decision to do what we did and brought kids into the world this type of way. But the man is supposed to be the head, so I'm like, Lord, whatever location, yeah, hold him accountable. And even though my daughter's dad might be physically with him, he still hold him accountable. He's still held accountable. Need to um he need to understand that your daughter is not the one is gonna make you. That might encourage you and be some motivation, but she can't make you, or she could try to cover you or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but that's not order, so that's my only thing with that. But yeah, he's still held accountable, even though she's over there with him. Yeah, my boy's dad held accountable as long as he live and breathe, held accountable until I guess he'd say he don't want to be a part of their lives and stuff like that. I mean, he's not physically there with them. He's just contributing in not other ways, but financially slightly. But even that, I can't give him the credit. I have to say, I have to give God all the glory because that's just what it is. But anyway, and then yeah, my so-called dad, he not off the radar. I'm not interacting with him. I don't want to, but my boys carry his, have his last name, so that's just etched and written. Like they got your last name, so hey, y'all should be being a part of the team and helping to honestly what my intentions was to build up, was to establish. I had to learn that I needed to establish, but to build up. And I can't even, to me in my eyes, I can't even get it established right in order to even start the building process like I want to. I just see people keep coming to the door. I don't know if they feeling the type of way, like, yeah, there's stuff coming, and all, baby, it's finna go back up. And it's going back up, and I ain't even have to do nothing with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just press a button and order my stuff. But yeah, it's going back up. Don't Ain't no worries. And like I said, as long as God allows it. But yeah, that was my little peaceful place. I enjoyed it, and it's going back up. So that's that. Like I said, I'm probably go out there and get me some get my stuff later on, polish some stuff up or whatever, and just try to. It's gonna be it's gonna be done a different type of way. We're gonna sit out there and we're gonna work, me and my boys. That's my intentions. And I think their minds and stuff need to be shifted away from some of just being on that technology all day, every day, or whatever. So it's things that gotta do. It's things that I felt and wanted to do before the so-called New Year came in. But oh yeah, here they go, nosy, nosy as ever. Turned the other way. But it's things that I wanted to do before the New Year came in, but I didn't get it done. I just was still. It's stuff the guy has laid out for me instead of what I be wanting to do, or thinking I need to do. Like, gotta submit to his will. So that's that. I do feel like how they dad felt, where I'm gonna have my fun. I'm gonna enjoy my life cause I felt deprived and stuff. Felt tricked. Felt deprived. Felt like people tried to take when I was laughing and smiling and having that confidence and stuff. People started at an early age with trying to steal, kill, and destroy. Trying to take my laughter, my smiling. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go out like that. I don't gotta try to get you back or nothing like that. But what I am gonna do is be over here minding my business and trying to obtain what was stolen from me, and definitely in a legit way and all that. However, it's supposed to be a claim. But anyway, Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. The dream, how that all happened, and the fact that I got another one on the way, baby. It was already in this, you know what I'm saying? It's for free. Freely, whatever be trying to be stolen from me, freely given. And I'm praying that this one come back and stronger, and I'm able to put it up stronger. I already got sandbags. I just knew I was gonna have two of them out here, but and the boys was gonna have one over the other jacuzzi because I already got another jacuzzi. But yeah, the boys was gonna have their part, and I was gonna have my little part, whatever. And we gonna chill, hood or no hood. We gonna enjoy our life. Y'all can do what y'all do, but we gonna chill out. But I had went out the side door, went in, and then of course I always go back in the front door. The neighbors, the so-called neighbors, they was, you know, pulling back up. And it's quirky little weird ways and weird things that I do, and I know that I can acknowledge it, but and I wish I didn't have to do that or feel like I didn't have to, but um I just I'm protective of myself because nobody else have been, and so, and with that said, I guess that's where again when I say my so-called dad ain't off the radar, you know, you're supposed to be protective, or you're supposed to make sure that even if you're not around, yours, I guess you're in a sense too, you can look at it like that. I mean, you prefer to have the relationship, but even if you're not around, you need to be making sure that that person is safe and safeguarded, and he have not done that. Definitely not to my liking. Now, as far as is he getting approval from God, I don't know, but not to my liking at all, and I don't appreciate it, and I'm good on it or whatever. I'm It is what it is because I don't have that. I don't feel like I have that desire to be around him. I have a desire to be around my kids and go with them all the way, go the distance and stuff like that. I made it into the new year. I'm a few days shy of my birthday and all that, and I'm just ready to turn 35 and continue to enjoy my life. Try to eat better and have some better eating habits and stuff like that. But yeah, but I'm gone for now because I need to see what's going on.